for buying a cup of coffee. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Cup Desk. My name's... Oh. He was ready. He was ready, chat. Guys, welcome in Junk to the Cup of Dusk. God.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Whoa, that was way more toned down than I was expecting. Are you okay?
I don't want to. It's too late at night. I don't want to. Wake everyone else up who's watching.
You know what? Very, very fair. Welcome, everybody. Like I said, my name's Roy. Tonight, I've got the most incredible CEO. It's Junk, like I mentioned. And we're going to be doing something a little bit special, a little bit different. We haven't done one of these yet this year. It is the return of Content Clinic. Yes. So, pull up a chair, kick up your feet, bring us your questions. If you guys did not already check it, we have a Twitter thread, !Twitter in chat. You'll be able to link to not only my page, but you can find the thread and potentially ask more questions. Or if you have more specific questions, we'll be able to post them in chat and get to answering them. But
Roy,
yes,
could you do me a huge solid?
Hit me.
Can you do your intro that you do every time someone raises you? I just want to hear it.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I can. I was trying to keep it a little bit down more. Because, content clinic. Plus, also, we're trying to make my YouTube videos shorter. But you know what? Just because you asked for it, I like you, Junk.
I just want to hear it one time.
I do, in fact, like
just
you.
One time to me.
Welcome in, everybody. My name's RoyZoga. Roll that R as always. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Roy. I'm a bunny barista VTuber specializing in voice acting and housing this cafe called the Cup of Just. We're bringing various VTubers around the individual and private sketch comedy combined with roleplay, but more importantly, we're doing a content clinic tonight with the one, the only, it's the CEO himself. It's Junk.
I laid off 25% of my workforce last year.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
2023, baby. Yeah.
You know what?
Your question better not be stupid or else I'll fire you too.
You won't fire me, right?
No.
Okay.
You're fine. You can stay.
Okay. You know
Unless your question's really bad, Roy.
Oh,
Unless it's really bad, Roy.
I don't have
kind of question that's really, 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 really bad.
What kind of question is bad?
Well, that's a bad question.
Oh, I mean, what kind of question's good? No! Not like this. I can't believe it. It already happened.
Said I'm Blonde Kirishima. I love My Hero Academia. That's my favorite character from that series.
Hey, let's go.
Kirishima, he's really cool.
There you go. Oh my God, Moon, what the hell is that? It looks like a copy paste. But you know what else is a copy paste? All these questions that I have from the Twitter thread. But before we get into that, I just want to kind of break things down, maybe introduce you a little bit more from a content perspective. Junk, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for those of you that don't know you, and maybe explain what you do with your content.
Hi, Chad. I am affectionately known as a high-energy VTuber, which means if you like comfy time stuff, you're probably not going to have a good time in my chat. Positive energy and high vibes are what we go for over on my stream. Very loud, very passionate. Usually we play, I've been on a big Yu-Gi-Oh card game kick, but we do a lot of just chatting as well. My ADHD lends very well to content creation in the aspect of like, I can bounce around on a topic and still have the same amount of energy for that topic as I did with the one previous. So it's very advantageous for that reason. I do a lot of just chatting, a lot of card game stuff. I'm trying to work on like skit videos this year. You know, I've realized that as people, we tend to avoid the things that make us uncomfortable because we're not very good at them. So I've realized that's the thing I'm not very good at. So that's the thing I want to focus on this year.
Doing things that make you uncomfortable for the sake of growing.
Absolutely. I think if you want to make yourself grow as a person, you have to like Plato and the allegory of the cave, right? Like, unless you step out of that cave, you will never know what's casting those shadows.
Oh.
So it's the same thing with a skill set, I think. Until you put yourself in a situation where you can be embarrassed and learn and grow. What the f are you even doing?
Me or just in general?
Just in general, but
okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, good. Welcome in, Junk. I'm so happy to have you. And you did actually bring up a couple interesting things as we are getting rated. So it's most important that we get to welcome them in and we get to reintroduce them to...
Welcome in, everybody. My name is RoyZoga. Roll that I. And welcome in. I'm RoyZoga. I focus on a lot of my skit content. I focus on a lot about improv, voice acting, and everything under the sun. Welcome to the cafe. Can I get you anything?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it. I think you got it.
I did an ad-lib version.
You know what? I think you're ready to take over. Have fun. Have fun.
Oh, finally. All right, chat. You know what time it is? Yeah, it's time. That's right. It's
Hold on. Oh, I thought
What's going on?
I thought I heard it was time. Never mind.
Dad, I'm gonna take my shirt off. Free the titties!
I heard titties!
Let's go!
Junk, what are you doing in here?
Just talking to the chat. They had some interesting questions.
About titties?
Oh, no. Anyway.
Anyway.
Junk sounds like a soccer coach. Is that a good thing?
I don't know, but apparently they want to be a soccer coach for you.
We don't like do it
for you.
for me.
So guys, welcome to the Content Clinic. Like I said, it has been a while since we've done one of these. We're very happy to have you here and to be vibing, thriving, and surviving. More importantly, we're going to be answering questions, covering content creation and VTubing across the board. So if you have any questions, be sure to use the highlight message redeem in chat. That way I can write your message down. Even if I don't get to it right away, I promise it will be going onto a list. That way I can properly address it later. More importantly, Kiza, thank you again for the raid. I hope you had an amazing time. For those of you that don't know Kiza, they are an amazing content creator that does a majority of the thumbnails for me when videos are going to go on YouTube or just general big streams. Where are you going? Where? Junk! God. Oh! Wow.
What's going on?
I didn't realize we were I didn't realize we were dressing down for the occasion.
Oh, what do you mean? I just got here.
Welcome, Junk! Double. Oh, that was your body double. Damn, he's really handsome.
CEO's gotta have a body double.
You know what?
He was just holding down the fort until I got here.
You know what? That is absolutely fair and actual and factual. Let me just go ahead and clean myself up a little bit too. You know, that way I match the same vibes that you have going on.
What does Roy wear outside of work?
Next question.
Awesome. The tank top is amazing. Thanks, gamer. You can buy one at sharkrobot.com/this is a real t-shirt /buy one today.
I love it. That sounds like the most realistic website I've ever heard of. Almost like as realistic as our first question.
Go for it.
From Drake on Twitter. We have PCs. What's better, self-built or prefab?
I'm interested to hear your opinion first before I become an elitist snob.
Okay, so if you don't know how to build PCs, I think there's nothing wrong with pre-builds. Or if you just don't want to build it. Both are completely acceptable.
Right.
You're probably going to save money if you build it yourself because you don't have to pay for labor and the parts are going to be much cheaper than what the site you're buying it from charges you for. But legitimately, if you don't know how to put things together and you're worried about maybe doing liquid cooling for the first time or setting up an intricate system, or hey, you just bought a $1,500 graphics card and you don't want to be liable for snapping it by accident, I get you. I personally have a pre-built right now because I didn't want to get through the process of finding the graphics card because I literally couldn't. And
so I actually did a charity fundraising stream at the end of the year for a PC for a VTuber because their PC sucked completely. It was miserable. It was awful. Everything about it was miserably awful. And you can't get graphics cards. You'd be paying the price of a pre-built for a graphics card these days.
Yes.
So my answer changes depending on what year we're in. If it was 10 years ago, I'd say build it your damn self. But now that we're here in the here and now, pre-built's just the way to go. It's just the nicer option because you can spend $1,400 on getting a graphics card, but what's the point? Like I bought a graphics card for $1,400 because I already had a computer, and that was like 3 years ago. It's the 3070, and they already got the 4000 series.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's a wrong way to go about it. I didn't know how to build a PC when I first did it, but I was cheap in college, so I just watched a Linus Tech Tip video. He just went through every step, and I just watched it. And the sense of accomplishment that I got when it was done was amazing. But in hindsight, it was very stupid. I should have paid someone to do it for me. That was a lot of money. I was working at like an office supply store for like months to save up that money. But yeah. I'd say pre-built right now is probably the way to go. I just got like I said, that PC. We went through that whole process. They got it out in a month. It's already ready to go. You just plug and play, and you're good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I 100% agree.
Console.
Oh god, the console conversation is a hard one too. Because I don't know. Are you a big horror fan at all?
Yes and no. I like horror. I just can't do any horror myself because I get really scared.
Okay, so then you did not pick up Dead Space then?
No, I heard the new one is out, right?
Yes.
The remake?
Yeah, so it came out on Friday. It was the game itself. I'm 100% certain that it's probably amazing.
Oh, Roy, I don't like where this is going.
But the PC port is garbage. It is not optimized well. It is not so I had enemies literally popping in like from being invisible and attacking me while being invisible.
What do you mean? That Isaac is insane in that game. That's just how it's supposed to be. Technically in the lore.
So we had that. We had.
I think as a that's an interesting question. I know we're kind of getting off. Well, we're kind of on topic. As a gaming culture, right? I think PC gamers, we have so many options that we're not the first client anymore. We're the secondary client.
Yes.
Which is to say, only games that we're getting first are the games that aren't being on console first. So, Dead Space, all that shit, it's made for other hardware and then just ported over to us. We get the scraps because we have people who will probably do their work for them to fix it.
Yeah. So that's where I was gonna go with that. Is honestly right now, I would say if you can just get a PS5 and a capture card.
Oh my God, Roy, can I tell a story?
Hit me with your story. Regale me with the details.
I got a free PS5.
Oh.
Yes.
What? Huh?
I played it like 3 times. It's amazing. It's in my home entertainment system. It's more like a status symbol right now, but a viewer of mine was like, I'm gonna send you a PS5, and I'm like, and I'm of course, like we love our viewers here, right? They're beautiful people.
Yeah,
I love them to death. But when someone comes in your chat and says, I'm gonna give you a PS5 for free, you go, okay,
man, yeah, sure, whatever you say.
And then they're like, hey, just let me know it's coming your way, and I'm like, what? Like, oh yeah, the PS5, it's gonna be in your it's gonna be in your PO box in like 2 days. I'm like, okay,
whatever you say.
And then 2 days pass, and I stop at the post office. They're like, hey, guess what? You got a package. It's PS5 shaped. I'm like, oh my God. And I get it, and this custom painted my logo.
What? No shot.
I'll send you a picture right now.
Oh my God. Yeah, I have to see that.
Logo on the side, everything. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, I gotta send you a care package or something now. I felt so bad because I didn't believe them. I was like, I didn't believe. So I don't know. I feel like such a bad VTuber.
Such a bad host for not believing your viewers.
Oh my God. It's such a flex though. But let me show you.
You're gonna
love
sure.
This.
Oh yeah, I gotta see this. I gotta see the goods. Agreed. That is definitely dedication right there. It's definitely dedication. Badass.
Take a look at this. They even got me a pink controller.
I'm jealous of that. I definitely wish I had a pink controller. That way I don't have to see the grime.
We can be pink bros together.
I'm gonna have a lot more pink in my next design.
Coalition of pink.
That looks so good.
Right? They even painted a little bomb, and the star goes over the PlayStation logo. It's amazing.
Gosh. I love that.
Oh my God. Console. Oh, sorry, I'm talking about PlayStation, and one just
fell out. Is that how it works?
Sorry, I got too relaxed.
Oh, it must have been the milk.
But yeah, I'm not a huge console guy anymore. Once you switch over to PC, it's really hard to go back. But it's something really nice about having something that just works these days without additional downloads or anything.
That's just the feeling that I'm getting. So it's like Dead Space single-handedly has now convinced me to not buy a AAA title ever again on Steam.
I mean, these days, back in the day, that's what I like playing a lot of older games is because, there was no version 5.0, 6.0. They just figured that crap out before the game released.
Yeah.
And really?
Okay, listen, don't worry about that one. It was a joke. Don't look at me like that, okay? Somebody thought it was funny to clip it out of context. I swear there was context.
Anyway, older games used to be made with a style of polish.
Yes.
That is just not present in today's day and age.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you look back at I feel like the PS1 era was still a little rough because they were like everything was kind of busted, but I'm sure there's still tons of bust and like jank, but like I remember as a kid or like teen, the GameCube, PS2, like Xbox original era, I don't know, games just, I was like, man, this is a done game.
I feel like the first generation of consoles was a trial period.
A trial short.
It was a trial period. They're like, maybe this will become successful.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wow, this is successful. Everyone make real consoles right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like start making things that are creative that people haven't made before. And that's why there's so much passion put into these things, you know?
Yeah.
Because it hadn't been done before. Nowadays, everything's been done before. You make a game and then they go, oh, this is a Souls-like or a Dead Space-esque game.
Yeah.
It's always compared to its
Metroidvania.
predecessors. So there's nothing original anymore.
Yeah.
Not that there's ever been an original idea, but
Nah.
I think that's a huge factor of why we're so jaded with video games. Or at least I'm jaded with a lot of video games these days.
No, I feel exactly
to play
the same.
the older ones.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same, and it's like I said, it's what frustrated me to the point where I don't want to buy AAA titles on Steam anymore because so many of them have been broken at launch, and then they're like, hey, a month or two down the line, it's fine. I'm just like, no, I would much rather play it at launch. Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
Yes,
do it $60. Listen, as a guy who's lived off the struggle,
guys, stop, please. He's judging me. Look at him. Listen, I can explain.
Roy, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, listen.
It's perfectly natural to like those things.
I'm glad that you agree. It's just, listen, this is not the conversation. Chat, you're making this bad for me, okay? We can talk about my factuation with this later, okay?
It was a mistake to let me hear these sound alerts. Because they're gonna stop me every time because I have ADHD brain.
But you have coffee brain because we just got a resub for 54 months. Thank you so much, Repro. I appreciate you. Oh, and we're close to a hype train. Let's go.
Repro Jim. Repro Grim.
Yeah.
Is it Grim?
Yeah, like Gremlin.
Welcome to the cafe.
Welcome back. Oh my God. He's too hot when he does that. I can't focus.
Oh no, he's hot.
Oh no, he's hot.
Yeah, the reason that these alerts were bad ideas is because they completely, my brain is empty now.
Oh no.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Well, you know it's not empty. It's Papa Mutt's cup of coffee because he just resubbed for 7 months and we got a hype train. Thank you so much, guys.
Hey, welcome into the cafe. I haven't seen you around here before, Papa Mutt.
Damn, he's better at flirting with chat than I am. You have to teach me sometime.
All you gotta do is take off your shirt like this. What?
Was the sharding part of that or like?
Yeah, I sharded my shirt clean off.
Sharded the shirt clean off. You know what? Makes sense. I will work on taking my shirt off within the next 2 to 3 months. How about that?
Go for it, gamer.
I have nipples planned and everything. Don't worry.
Can I ask you a question?
Hit me.
What's your favorite Power Ranger?
Johnny Young Bosch as Adam in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, or in Zeo as Zeo Green, or in Turbo as Turbo Green.
Wow, you are a bigger fan than I thought. I was just talking about the color.
Oh, black.
Black?
Black.
Okay, you're a huge Power Ranger fan, right?
Yeah.
Has there ever been a pink male Power Ranger?
In the Super Sentai, there has been. In the most recent season, there was a male Pink Ranger that was actually married. Like they were already in a married, pre-established relationship before they became a Ranger. And they actually transformed into previous Pink Rangers and kept the skirt.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And the new season that just got announced, we're having a Purple Ranger be part of the core team.
Purple?
Yeah. So the next season.
Has that ever been done before?
No. Well, Purple has been done before, but never part of the core team. And it's our first season that's themed around bugs.
You really know a lot about Power Rangers. Are you a fan?
You know, some might say.
I've seen some fan art. The reason I ask if you're a fan, back when I was like,
yes.
Oh, it's morphin' time.
Damn right.
Back when I was like 6, I used to love Power Rangers so much, right? And my favorite Power Ranger was the Green Power Ranger.
Classic Tommy.
I loved the Green Power Rangers because they were like not part of the main crew all the time. And I had like the pillowcases and the freaking blankets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is there anything in your childhood
Whoa.
that you've loved that dearly that's carried over besides Power Rangers?
I mean, people buying cups of coffee generally tends to be one of my favorite things. Like Lady Rowell gifting a sub to CJ Melado.
How are you drinking coffee this late? You are all some crazy fiends.
I mean, I'm drinking coffee right now. I don't know what I mean.
What? Oh yeah, because you're about to pump it.
Yeah. I like to
You're
pump.
about to pump it up.
Pump the jams.
Get that
pump
pump,
it up.
RoyzOga.
Listen, I can't. I
Roy
can't.
just likes to go to the gym because they're surrounded by big muscles.
Okay, listen. No!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
Oh my God!
Yes, Chad, you're
Chad,
right!
no!
It's completely true!
Oh my God.
And then he goes into the locker room and he goes like, it's morphin' time.
I fucking hate it here. Can we cancel the
And
stream?
That's why they call you the kickstand.
Wait, I thought they called me the bicycle because everyone gets a. Anyway,
You do have the handlebars.
I do. You should see the handlebar upgrades. Trust me. You gotta see them. It's coming along.
Well, your chat is on point. Oh my God.
Oh, they are. They love hitting me with this nonsense. But regardless, I want to wrap back around to the topic that we were saying.
Yeah.
I do think that buying consoles nowadays is especially something that you can consider if you want to do gaming type content, because PC ports are just so inconsistent. Like Elden Ring was pretty not consistent at launch.
Yeah.
Dead Space is pretty
terrible.
bad right now.
I think a lot of people, it's so sad that people are planning for these things now. They plan for obsolescence, or they plan for a suboptimal experience at launch because they just know it's going to be true.
You know what else we plan for? See, we got. You're not dancing! Oh!
Anyway, a lot of people plan for those obsolescence at the start of the games and stuff like that. Going back to what you said about content creation.
Yes. Hi.
More so than ever when it comes to VTubing, I found that it's the easiest thing to get into. So easy because, you know, you can be a VTuber and just have a PNG that moves and has like different mouth animations. There's so many programs. It's like, hey, this one's with your mouth open and your eyes closed. Your mouth open and your eyes open.
Yeah.
This one's and you can just insert different drawings for those things, and you're good to go. And people watch you for the VTuber, not the content. It's crazy. So I think more so than ever. I mean, yeah, there's a saturation of content out there, but console, you pick up a console, pick up an Elgato streaming device or a cheap one for $50, and you can just become a streamer. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't even need a good mic, because there's some people out there whose whole thing is like, my mic is bad or anything. There's so many niches out there that need to be filled.
Oh yeah,
You just need to fill them up.
Find your niche
Fill them.
and fill it.
Fill it.
Yeah.
Don't stop filling until it's full.
Okay, you're
That's
now.
how I got started, right?
I
I filled the niche.
What were you filling?
I overflowed it. Back when our VR chat content started, right?
Yeah.
There was no full body VR streamers.
Oh.
And I said, I made a commitment. I said, I'm gonna be one of the first full body VR streamers that does voice acting and humor. And I was. And then I got partnered in 6 months.
Yeah.
That's like literally just find out what you're gonna do differently and better than everyone else. Even if it's just one thing and you can do it.
Oh yeah,
You don't
absolutely.
even have to be that good at it. Just start doing it as the first. Oh,
Are you okay? Do you need some fiber? Like,
did you put any milk in my hot chocolate?
no, I put some jilk in it.
God, I'm allergic to jilk. I'm
You-
high on my own supply.
What? What do you mean you're allergic? Did you just have too much? Was it exposure?
I think over time, you know,
Yeah.
that level of jilk in one person's system can never be too good.
No, you know what they do say is too much jilk is dangerous.
Too much of anything is dangerous.
Is dangerous.
Dangerous, yes. My new word.
Yes, that's our junk danger. But no, I think that's fair. Finding a niche is incredibly important, and I was gonna say more recently that the couple of times that I've stopped by your stream in the past couple of weeks, I've seen you using your 3D model.
Oh yeah, I love that thing. I don't use it nearly enough. But I love it because it you know, like I said, VTubing can be anything.
Oh yeah.
I started VTubing as a PNG VTuber.
Me too.
Because I wanted so desperately to VTube, and my model wasn't done being rigged. For the first month, I was just a PNG tuber, just to get the feel for it. And I had fun, and people were watching my clips and everything, and I was gaining followers just because I was doing something that I wasn't otherwise doing. And then I got the 3D model, and then people love that too.
Yeah.
And then I had the 2D model, and people love that too. People just love VTubing now.
They do.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, VTubing's great. Honestly, just dive into it and find a niche and fill it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you have a 3D model, Roy?
I
You
do.
can get a 3D model one day.
I have
You do?
one. I just don't use it.
Okay.
I use it for VR chat.
I was about to say, I just got mine ported over and it's good to go for VR chat. So I
Yeah.
might start doing VR chat fan meetups or something.
That sounds like fun. Yeah, I've had a blast
Yeah.
doing those types of things, like just meeting up with people, hanging out, getting drinks, anything like that. But yeah, I've only done VR chat with the model because I decided that I kind of just wanted to keep it for me. It's mine. Yeah. Yeah. But more importantly, let's keep on with the questions, shall we?
Yes.
So
Someone says they want to be a Common Rider streamer. I thought that'd be badass. Common Rider's like the thing that came before Power Rangers, right?
well, that's Super Sentai, but Kamen
Super
Rider also
Sentai.
did come before it.
Okay.
So Kamen Rider started in 1971.
Damn, you know a lot.
Sometimes. Do you remember Masked Rider from back in the day? There was like a guy that had like a bug helmet and like a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
Bug
that's
helmet guy. I know
yeah.
that.
So that's Kamen Rider. That was like one of the only iterations we got aside from one other thing in the US.
Isn't there a One Punch Man based off of him? A One Punch Man character
Maybe.
based off of him?
Probably.
Yeah, he's like the bike guy.
Oh yeah, Moomin Rider, right?
Moomin Rider,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I think that was the point of him.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Kamen Rider is the reason why in Pokemon, Bug beats Dark. Because Kamen Rider
Really?
was initially only based on bugs and they fought against sharding.
Uh,
I mean evil, sorry. I meant evil, clearly.
oh,
Are you okay? You're looking a little evil now too.
oh, my tummy hurt.
Are you being brave about it though?
I'm being so brave
Good.
right now.
I'm so proud of you.
Something was in that sweet tea that I drank before I came on the show.
You had tea before you came on too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
my
heard
God.
tea acts as a natural laxative,
I mean, it does. Anything with caffeine
a
is
diuretic. Oh.
yes, it is in fact. Oh my goodness. All right, so let us continue. I do see a question in chat, so we might as well grab that now, which is, what are your thoughts on pixel VTubers?
Thanks for buying a cup of coffee.
I like the look a ton, but I get nervous, like low poly.
I haven't seen very many pixel VTubers. I've seen 1920s to 1940s VTubers. I've seen
Pumpkin.
I've seen orc salaryman VTubers. I've seen, you know, rabbit VTubers. I've seen bartending VTubers. I've never seen that many pixel VTubers. I don't know how that'll work. I mean, part of the reason that VTubing is so popular is just how you can make a character look so animated, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I imagine if you have good enough pixel art, it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I've seen a couple myself, and I've definitely seen it in, funny enough, a 3D aspect where they do air quotes the low poly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? He's like an alpaca. What's his name?
Duper. Yeah.
Duper 64.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
His style is so like late or early 2000s.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I fucking love it so much.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
I think doing anything with style or something with a unique flair is always a good idea. If you especially like it, go for it.
Right.
But especially if you can make content around it.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. Just know that you're going to be different from everybody else. That's not necessarily
Yeah,
a bad thing.
You're gonna be compared to everyone else, no matter what you do. But the worst kind of thing I've noticed from streaming and in general is the thing you're gonna be compared on the most is what you yourself compare other people to.
Yes.
So if you're fine with being different and you know having yourself automatically be set apart from everyone else, that's fine.
Mhm.
Just surround yourself with the company that is okay with that and would like to collab with you on that kind of stuff, then you'll be fine. You're making things you wouldn't ordinarily make, and if later down the line you want to switch, you can do that.
Yeah.
You're not locked into one thing forever.
It's the glory of VTubing. You can
Absolutely.
constantly do whatever you want and constantly.
That's the glory of life, my friend.
That's very true. That's very true.
Variety is the spice of life.
Wow, that's really profound. Did you just make that up?
I went to business school 101, and they just handed us a pile of fortune cookies, and they said, if you read these to your employees, you'll increase market price by 5%.
Whoa.
So that's one of the first ones I read.
Did you increase market?
Of life.
Yeah, did you increase market share?
Yes, because I laid up 25% of my workforce.
Yeah. Wait.
Yep. So less money spent. Yeah, baby.
Anyway.
You don't make an omelet without breaking a few lives.
I don't think that's the phrase, but I'm gonna trust you on that because you're the one that's the business aficionado here.
Did we get a coffee?
Huh?
Did you already thank people for that coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear it.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Now I'm not sure. Chris, if I didn't thank you already, thank you so much for buying a cup of coffee. We're on a little bit of a tangent there. Junk is...
Gaslighting you.
Oh my God. I hate it here.
I just like to talk. That's my weakness. I can talk about anything forever.
I mean, that's a good thing. That's why I like having you on here so we can talk about content and make other people
Maybe I
better.
should do just chatting more often.
Wow. It's almost like...
Oh my God.
It's almost like that's what I'm doing too. And not really playing games much anymore.
Really?
Yeah, so one of the, and this is gonna be a tangent of my own. One of the things that I've kind of decided for myself, because I've spent the past 6 to 7 months, basically since I hit partner, I've spent that time experimenting. I've played games, I've done reaction content, I've tried trends. Thank you. But I've spent that time experimenting and trying to do more than just the cafe and more than just content clinics and things like that. Or it's why I started content clinics.
Right.
And in that time, I realized that there's a lot of things that I'm not, and I shouldn't shy away from the things that I am good at, which is the cafe and the content clinic and chatting. So I realized that I'm not a good horror game streamer because I don't have the same reactions that make it good content. I'm not a good reaction streamer, like watching videos, because I don't have those like zoomer, really high energy, like screaming, zipping all over the screen reactions that people want to see. It's just not me. So I'm going to instead lean into what I want to lean into, which is this raid from Louie Lumi.
Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Junk, and this lovely bunny boy over here is RoyzOga. Welcome into the Cup of Dusk. We're talking about content clinic. If you have any questions for us, please highlight them so we may read them. We're talking about anything under the sun.
Absolutely.
With content creation.
Yeah.
Welcome in. And here's your titties.
Whoa.
Okay, welcome in.
Damn.
That's for the raid.
Wait, I don't get them?
For every other half a second.
100, guys, get the bits! Get the bits! I want to see the titties!
Oh, please don't click That's why you're going to the gym.
You know what?
That's why you go to the gym later.
Fair.
You can see some...
I mean...
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I every time I go to the gym, I'm like, God damn, all these men are handsome as fuck.
I mean, you're one to speak. Look at you.
I just want to go. Yeah, you know, I need to get more tone definition. But this is actually modeled after my IRL body. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Well, speaking of that and being quite impressed with your own physique, why don't we go ahead and give you a little bit of a compliment with a nice. There we go. That's what we like to hear.
I was going for a Jotaro.
Wait, can you do the rapid, like the yes! Perfect. Absolutely subarashi. There's everything that we ever wanted in life. But yes, welcome in, Raiders. We're happy to have you here. Like Junk said, we're doing a content clinic tonight, and we are currently talking about, well, I guess I was kind of talking about experimenting with content, and I'm
keep going.
Realize that there's a lot of things that I'm not the best at, and that's okay. because I took the time to experiment with them and realized that my audience is not here for those things. They're here for content clinics. They're here for me to have real conversations with them. They're here for a little bit of some titty. But also, importantly, they're here for the stuff that I'm good at and the stuff that I enjoy doing, which is chatting, content clinics, cafe nights, improv, being an idiot, being loud, being flirtatious, and stuff like that. I don't have to try to be anybody other than what I've been trying to be lately.
And I think that's something I talked about this. I did a video about this about this a while back on my channel, youtube.com/junkvt. And it was like common mistakes that most VTubers or streamers make. And it was not knowing what you want to do and not knowing what your strengths are is a big weakness when it comes to creation of content, because people can, I've said this many times and I think it's true, people can tell when you're not in your element and you're not having fun. It's like a sixth sense, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Not to say you're not having fun trying different things, but people can genuinely tell when like you're in your element. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I 100% agree.
I'd say that's one of the most envious things I could say about you. I don't like to envy people, but your ability to create just chatting content and host as a VTuber, exceptional. It's one of the things I wish I could do. I'm better as a guest, and I've come to realize this as well. I've thought about creating, talk show environments or just chatting things. It's just not for me. That's not who I am. And I can talk with chat by itself, but with another person there, I can't lead a conversation because just from our conversation the last 10 minutes, I go on tangents and I have to be roped back.
But that's
so in a similar circumstance to you, knowing that you like just chatting and being in the cafe and all that stuff. It's knowing your strengths and it's just capitalizing on that.
Yes.
Until you can get to a point where you can do whatever you want.
Yes.
Worry.
I 100% agree with that. And I agree with Jummy saying authentic fun is so much more contagious because like you were saying, it is so much more obvious when you're having fun and when you're not trying to step out of your own comfort zone. It's okay to step out, but just not too much. Don't be like me. listen to what I say. Don't do what I do, which is experiment for 7 months and then realize I should have been doing what I was good at all along.
I apparently I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh streamer now, right?
Yeah.
That's my label because I like playing the games. I have a lot of fun playing the games. Mm-hmm. And people can tell that I'm having a lot of fun and I'm really into it because it's one of the things I love from my childhood. My love for Yu-Gi-Oh is probably as strong as your love for
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, Super Sentai, all that. Yeah. And people can tell, and they love watching people be passionate about things because it makes them feel like they can be passionate about something too.
Yes.
They just haven't found it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the whole content creation journey is. It's finding out what you're good at. What do you like doing? And
what you want to do. And sometimes you find out what you want to do you're not very good at. And you
Exactly. I wanted to be I had a little stint where I wanted to be a Borderlands content creator.
Whoa.
I found out it's not what I want to do. I can't do the drop farming. It's not fun for me. Like I like the games. I like playing them, but it's just not for me.
Oh yeah.
And it took me like 6 months wrestling with that to be like, okay, it's not what I want to do.
I think it's important that you at least took the opportunity to try though. I think experimenting is a big deal, especially in content creation when it comes to VTubing. Yeah. Because a lot of the time we're using these VTuber avatars to identify ourselves and represent ourselves, but sometimes we're using it to experiment as well. So like, I've briefly talked about this, and this is kind of a side tangent, but like Roy 3.0 is becoming significantly more feminine. So I'm using VTubing to explore. Show me your real colors, Junk.
Listen, the age of the feminine male is here.
Yes.
You embrace it or die.
Yes.
We're getting masculine women and feminine males, and I love the shit out of it.
That is what I am doing. I am becoming more feminine. So, but I'm using VTubing to explore sexuality and gender expression, and in the same way that I use VTubing to explore content, because I don't know what I like until I get to dip my toes into it.
Listen, man, Listen, I went to college, all right? I'll just leave it at that, all right? I've been to college, all right? There's a lot of experimenting that goes on in college, all right?
Oh, I feel
I learned, because I was born in like the South. So they have their preconceived notions of everything, but I was always very different child. I got on the internet, and explored, and got more open-minded, and learned a lot about that stuff. Went to college, experimented, and I found out that like everyone needs love, and everyone needs to find out what they want. And I found out what I liked, and that's it.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. And I'm so glad that VTubing can be your outlet for that as well.
Yeah,
because it's such a it's such a supported demographic of people now. Like we are taken seriously now because we have so many corporate VTubers out there who kind of pave the way and make us not look like, we're just weird anime fans.
Yeah.
And that's why I will always appreciate those corpos hanging that weight on their shoulders like that, because it allows us to be in this safe space.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And do things like you're doing, where you're exploring yourself through this medium. Another thing I was going to say earlier about the content creation journey, you only ever see our successes, but we never acknowledge the failures. You gotta fail a lot more times than you succeed. So just don't be discouraged by that. That's all I wanted to add on that subject.
No, I like that. I think that's a very fair point. But it
you
also
should expect to fail, but try to mitigate it as much as you can.
Try to turn it into a learning experience, because when you experiment and fail, you learn that, hey, maybe that wasn't right for me, or maybe you learn how to do something a little bit better for the next time you try. So every failure is a learning opportunity and a learning experience most of the time.
Why did someone? Okay, I'm not a band camp kid. So why did someone say I went to band camp?
I think they were using that.
I've been to college. Was that a thing?
Yeah, I think they were using that as the comparison.
Oh my god.
Listen, I don't know what band camp was like.
Did you go to band camp?
I did not.
Look like a guy who played the flute.
Yeah, the skin flute. Hey! That's why they call me the bicycle.
Thank you for the stream. Thank you so much for roll the credits.
Listen, I don't have the Taka, like the Aqua Teen Hunger Force credits ready.
My name. That's another thing I want to work on this year too, is having those like interesting, unique like things. Because you see my streams, right? Like I have those like side eyes, the JoJo pose, things like that.
I love it.
That's kind of what I want my streams to be like. Because I've heard so many people tell me, like when they're watching me play Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like watching an anime. And I want my streams to be like you're watching an anime that have different scenes set up and different buttons you can press to activate different things. That's what I want, I think. I'd like my streams to be more like an anime.
I like that. That does sound actually really cool. That's a good goal.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I like that. Goal? I mean, as a fellow voice actor, I mean, you're much more professional than I think I am, because I've never applied to any roles, and I probably won't this year because I'm too afraid. We dream of being in anime.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the goal, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
God, and this is like the closest that we have right now. Could you imagine your voice being in an anime?
I mean, I hope and I pray. I just did my demo reel like a week and a half ago. I start courses this week.
Class is in session. Not me though.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not a teacher.
Oh.
I should take some courses too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fun.
I mean, listen, I'm excited for them. I'm very excited for them. I'm not excited for the bill.
DM me that course.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it. I mean, it's too late now, but I'll take a look at it for the future, because I'd love to get in the voice acting game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes it's also about finding other voice actors to teach you. So one of the people that I'm going to be training under is Richard Horvitz, who's the voice of Invader Zim.
No fucking way.
Yeah. So that course starts on Friday. And my other course is Foundations in Voice Acting, which is kind of just teaches you a little bit about the industry, like how you act instead of voice act, or how you voice act instead of act, and like the basics, essentially.
Wow. You're doing so many interesting things with your life. I think you should acknowledge the fact that you're growing so much.
I'm actually roping it back in. Like,
You're doing so damn much that just looking at you is making me exhausted. I'm like, you're going to the gym, you're doing voice acting lessons, you're streaming almost full time, right?
yeah.
You're streaming full time. I don't know your personal life, but I assume you might even be doing a side hustle there too.
I mean, you never know.
Working and streaming, and that is it. And you're still doing video edits. You're still doing video YouTube uploads, TikTok, Instagram Live. Like, holy sh!
I'm hungry,
man.
Oh, apparently they're hungry too. Yeah. Welcome in, Raiders. We're celebrating and talking about. Oh, God, that finger gun. It just gets me every time.
Fingers been in places.
Whoa. Yeah.
Like my hand.
Oh.
In the butt.
Oh. That is more. Anyway, welcome in, Raiders. We're talking about Junk's fingers shoving up butts. Pull up a chair. No, actually, we're talking about content creation and VTubing. If you guys have any interesting questions pertaining to those topics, please use the highlight message redeem in chat. Let us know what you want to know and we will talk about it, or we'll spin off into tangents and talk about those and then maybe relate it back to VTubing, because I keep forgetting to do that too.
Someone actually has a VTubing question if you want me to.
Yeah, hit me.
Someone said, Roy and Junk, I'm trying to make a VTuber, but I have no clue on how I should start when it comes to their visual design.
Oh,
how can I do that? That's a loaded question.
I have a good answer for this because it's what I did for Roy 3.0, which was I found an artist that I liked them and the work that they did. Their name's Siege. They are currently my model artist and the one that's done my reference sheets for Roy 3.0.
Right.
And I literally went to them. I was like, hey, I wonder what I would look like a femboy or like feminine Roy. And because they were working on sketches, so I threw them a little bit of money and they sketched out me looking more feminine and more femboy, and I was like, whoa,
you gotta let me sneak a peek at that.
Oh, I'll send you everything. Don't worry.
You can't tantalize the femboy in front of me and don't give me a little piece.
I will send you everything after stream so I don't accidentally leak it on stream.
Awesome.
But it literally started there. That was back in July was when they did the first sketches for it. So we literally from there, I was like, whoa, I love this. And then we started working together. We made reference sheets. We made changes. Even after the reference sheets were finished, because they've been done since October, we've changed things in the model and we have to go back and change the reference sheets now. So find someone, an artist specifically, that is trained or happy to work with you in terms of character design. Because while VTubing designing, you should feel like you are them or feel some sort of connection to them. You also want it to be cohesive and you want it to make sense and you want it to work as a model and not just a picture. So finding someone to help you along those lines is really important.
Yeah, you're right on that.
Yeah.
It's important to have a good working relationship with any artist. Unfortunately, my artist retired.
Oh.
So I'm kind of screwed. If I want to upgrade, I'm gonna have to work with an entirely new person.
Just work with Siege. Easy peasy.
I have to see their art style, but my model style is so unique, you know, to the point where it's not necessarily anime. It's not too far away from anime. It's its own thing, you know?
I'm trying to think of specifically, there are cartoon characters that you remind me of that have an anime twist on them.
Right.
You know? So it's you definitely have that unique aspect to you. But no, I 100% agree. I think it's important to find those and to find something that screams to you, especially like Torn screams to us saying that we're too cutie is when she is in fact a third cutie.
Now, sir.
Call him as you see him.
I do. Just like I call another raid.
I'm trying to find. I have some artwork. Go ahead, read it.
Yeah, absolutely. Find that artwork. I want to see it. Welcome in, Raiders. My name's Roy. I'm a buddy VTuber specializing in voice acting and enhancements Cafe called the Cup of Dust. We're bringing various VTubers around the internet. We're doing sketch comedy combined with world tape. But more importantly, today we're doing a content clinic with the CEO himself. It's Junk.
How do you talk so fast?
Fast tongue.
How do you do that? just amazing. I'm amazed by anything
my
like that.
gosh.
That's crazy.
It's just fun, you know? I don't know. I like being an idiot. But welcome in, Raiders. I hope you're all having a fantastic night. Like I said, Junk and I are doing a bit of a content clinic tonight. If you guys are interested in learning about anything VTubing or content creation related, throw it in chat. Hit the highlight message, redeem. That way we can actually see it before it scrolls away. I will try and copy it to the side. We'll tackle them. We'll talk about them. And I promise when I'm done, you know, fanboying over the fact that Junk has really nice tits and that I'm going more feminine, What?
What'd you say?
I said I'm going more feminine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead and throw it in. And
Someone mentioned design stuff.
Yeah.
And I found it.
Hit me.
I actually have the concepts for my model. Back when I was getting my stuff designed, I have all the concept art ready.
I do too.
And I'm gonna share them with you.
For sure. Hello, Undying Usagi. I hope you're doing amazing.
Undying Usagi! That's my homie.
That's your what?
My homie.
Your homie?
I really hope I didn't send you any nudes.
I hope not.
I really hope I didn't accidentally send you any nudes. We shall see. They're uploading.
I mean, we're gonna find out how big the junk is.
That was very close to a picture of mine. All right, there they are.
Oh, these are so
these
cool.
are all my initial concept sketches. You can, I don't know if you want to show anyone this, but you yourself can look at the second piece of artwork there.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty close to what you are now too.
Look at the face. I had to make a decision very early on if I was gonna go with the face on the right or the face on the left, the style on the right or the style on the left.
It looks like you
I went with the
combined
style on
them.
the left because it was more cartoony. But part of me wishes I would have gone with the style on the right. You know, there's always those decisions you make where you're like, damn.
Well, you definitely did incorporate the suit style because you have the pinstripes.
And then if you look at the very bottom, that was the first sketch ever given to me.
I love that one. But that is much more of a certain Australian bomber.
Yeah, a little too much like something, you know? Yeah, I mean, you just go through peaks and valleys, you know? Like, I want it to be like this. Oh, this doesn't look good. I want it to look like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I found this piece of artwork. I wanted to make it look more like this.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's just a process.
It is a process.
It's like anything. It's like a job. You chug along.
Yeah, it'll take you time. Find an artist that's patient, but also passionate. Because if they're passionate about concepts and design work, it will show. They might not always be the artist that makes you a reference sheet, but like, there's Siege. There we go. I was just talking about Siege. I see a hot blonde guy. I do too.
I need to see Siege commission sheet.
I think well, actually, technically, she should be opening up soonish, ? But I will send you her Twitter, and then I'll show you the stuff afterwards that she has worked on for me.
Nice.
Yeah. But yes.
Eventually, I'm sorry.
Oh, go good.
Eventually, I'm gonna need to work with someone because if I want a new thing, I'm gonna have to get all my previous things redone, and I have a lot of money on my hands. I'm not hurting for cash, and I'm gonna need a lot of things done, and maybe I want a new style or something. So I need to build up that repertoire now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Siege, you didn't do anything bad. See, there we go. It's actually a victory. It's a good thing. I was talking you up and how you are my designer and my model artist and have worked with me. I also had my good friend Yagi help with my concepts for everything. So like he did the chat box that's right behind me as well as my schedule. And the two of them have kind of cohesion to make sure that everything kind of themes together well. But Siege, I was saying specifically, if Junk is looking to redesign, you might be able to help him in the future. But I hope that helped.
It's more of just taking the original design and kind of translating it into a new style.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, one of the big things that I wanted to do with my own design, not this one, but like as I was moving into Roy 3.0, was go slightly more corporate in style. Go for more of an anime pretty boy or like idol boy, and get that aesthetic going.
And I think that's something I want to start moving towards as well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I like my character. We can take those aspects of it and move it into that style, but it's not a traditional like, ooh, wow, this is pretty. I can, you know, I could be a simpleton over this kind of style.
I like it. All right, well, let's continue. Also, Siege said she likes your voice, Mr. Blonde Junk Man.
Thank you. Thank you, darling.
Oh no. Never mind, Siege, run!
I can do a Goofy impersonation.
Oh, hit me.
Oh, hey there, everybody. Oh, we gotta unlock the door to darkness.
Oh, we have to unlock the door to darkness, Goofy.
Oh, hi there, stream. If you donate 300 bits, you can make me short my pants.
Oh, it's true.
Gorge.
Or if you donate 100 bits, he'll take off his shirt and jump around.
Oh, take off my shirt.
It's true. Oh, oh boy.
Shit, give me a second. Oh, I hope I don't my pants. Gorge.
What? Hey there, Goofy. I sure hope you don't your pants.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Don't do it, Goofy.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Don't do it, Goofy.
What is someone gonna see if they come across the stream?
I don't know. Will 3 subs do for pants sharding? Sure.
Do you have a shard button?
I don't. I'll just make that sound effect. I'll just do it myself. I'm like Thanos. Fine.
Fine.
I'll do it myself.
I can't explain what I'm hearing to my passing by auntie.
I'm
just listening to fan fiction. Oh.
Yeah. Mickey helps Goofy with bowel movements because he's got constipation. Oh my god.
Allowing somebody else.
That's someone's fan fiction. That's gotta be someone's fetish out there.
Thank you for the 3 gifted subs. I appreciate it.
Donald, I just shorted my pants.
Oh, Donald!
I can't do Donald. Look at you.
Mim does a much better Donald. I'll handle Mickey. You
Mim
handle
is a
Goofy.
legendary voice thrower.
Absolutely.
They're so good at throwing that voice around, busting it down, Mimkibus style.
Mimkibus style, yes. Absolutely perfection. Okay, let's move on. Now that we have properly talked about the amazing nature of VTuber designers.
Yep.
We're gonna go into Innocent Bystander, who asks, what are the advantages and disadvantages of VTubing as opposed to other types of content creation?
Ooh, I love this question. You go first.
Okay, so I think some of the advantages are some of VTubing is actually super freeing and super restriction free is probably like the best way to describe it, because a lot of people will feel a certain way about how they look or how they sound or how they are supposed to, and I'm using air quotes when I say that, supposed to act in the real world because of misconceptions or preconceptions that they have about themselves or that society has put on them. The great thing about VTubing is you literally get to reinvent yourself as many times as you want, as often as you like, and really dive into the stuff that you want to do or the stuff that makes you happy. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter your sexuality. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter anything. You can create content and have fun and express yourself in a way that no other type of content creation lets you. So,
yeah. I'd say that I used to be a VR chat streamer before I started being VTubing, and I did a lot of other things before I did that too. And people didn't used to watch me because I was me. People watched me because I played VR chat. And every game that I used to play, they played me because I was playing that game. If you played a different game, your views would dramatically, I'd be going from like 50 to 60 to like 10 to 15 if I played a different game back then.
Yeah.
It's just how it was. When I stream as a VR, a VTuber now, people watch me because I am Junk, the VTuber.
yeah.
And they like to watch me play those games. I am the crucial ingredient in every recipe of my success now. It's not the games I play that make up that core ingredient. I am. And that game, it kind of gives you the power back as a content creator. It's in my hands, you know? I'm responsible for why people are watching, not the game.
The power is
very
yours.
freeing to me. What?
The power is yours.
Power is yours.
Because they say that in the Power Rangers toy commercials.
Thunder.
Thunder!
Thundercats.
Ho!
RoyzOga is a ha.
I'm not a hoe. I'm an affordable slut. Thank you very much.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd say VTubing gives the power to the streamer.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a lot of power because you dictate everything.
I think that's a good way of putting it.
I could do a whole presentation about why it's better to be a VTuber than it is to be a regular VTuber.
I would probably just agree with you.
Even some flesh tubers out there, they're starting to be like, yeah, I just drew an animated guy and used him because I don't like showing my face. You know,
Yeah.
it's just that it can be that simple as I don't want to show my face.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're a VTuber now. That's all it is.
Yeah, sometimes it literally is just as easy as that. Or if they're like, man, I really want to have a setting where I can bring other people on and talk. Sometimes it's not as easy to do that IRL because, you know, it just doesn't work. COVID's still a thing, you know? But hey, look, there are tons of us out here that are doing cafes and bars and settings that we enjoy
I
spending
like
time
to pretend that I'm cool, right? So, you know, VTubing is really good for that as well because I get to play this cool, confident character. And in real life, I'm not as confident or as cool. Like, it's really cool. Like, I'll never be blonde. I'll never have this long of hair. I'll never have these magnificent eyebrows. But this character has become its own thing. Like, to me, he's like a living, breathing thing in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
To where, like, I could not imagine just stopping tomorrow because I'd feel bad that I lost somebody.
Yeah, it's almost like a death in the family.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like a person you keep in contact with affectionately because they're you, but they're not you.
Yeah.
He's like a part of me. Like every video game that I play, like if you ever knew my spouse, if you ever talked to my spouse, Mega Red Creature, by the way, you should have him on the show one day. Mega Red Creature's super nice. But I'll be chilling in here and we have a group of friends that watch my stream.
Hey, I lost a bet with a buddy. Now I have to give you this and tell you that I'm getting married in a week.
Oh.
Like the content toe.
Well, congratulations on getting married. Thanks for the 450 bits.
Hey, congratulations.
There we go.
Marriage is a great thing. But yeah, I'll be talking with on a stream and I'll in stream and I'll be like this crazy character and I'll come off stream and I'll just do basically the same thing to them. And they're like, wait, he's always like this?
I love that. I love that so much.
It's just like exaggerated because that's what VTubers are. They're just exaggerated personality features.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Now put on blast.
Yes, 100%, 100%. In that sense, since this was kind of a two-part question, what do you think are difficult parts of being a VTuber?
Money. It's because you spend a lot of it.
Money.
You don't have to, but you know, there was a controversy about 2 months ago, or like 4 months ago, something like that, where a certain VTuber was like, "Oh, I feel like I can't keep up with all these big name people," and it's like, a lot of people are like, "I can't even afford a model," and like some people are like, "I can't even afford this," and it's like, I took a step back before commenting on that and being like, "Yeah." I get what they mean. Like, there's so many amazing models out there. They're doing so many different things.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't do it all, and that's the one thing. Like, unless you have infinite amount of money, you can't be the VTuber who has it all.
Yeah.
And even if you did have all those keybinds set up, you'd have to have enough keys to be able to press all that shit, which is almost impossible at that point. Like, if you want a really, really, really good model, you got to spend a lot of money.
Yes.
And you know, VTubers, a lot of us are indie. We don't make a lot of money. So we're scraping, we're you know, scrounging, we're making our own content. We're stressed. We're uploading, we're looking at numbers constantly. And the money that we do make, I mean, for some of us that are working full time, it covers our bills. And you have to trickle in, set things aside for months at a time for it to be gone in one purchase like that. And there's no guarantee of return on investment.
Yep.
For that kind of stuff. It's mostly just for us because we think it looks really fucking cool.
Yeah, a lot of the time, they're leaps of faith. I remember talking to Joel, Porcelain Maid, because I had him on the cafe as well, and he was talking to me about the money that he spent on his first debut, and he was explaining it was over 20 grand that he put into his first debut because it was a last ditch effort to like get into some new form of content creation, because he was like, I want this, I'm going hard on it, and I'm gonna make it work. I'm putting all myself into it. And because he had already been streaming for like 3 or 4 years before that, maybe longer. But that explanation, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. And the perfect way I like to think about it when it comes to VTubers and models, because I know that conversation comes up all the time. Models matter, but your underlying content is more important. It's like your content is a cake and the model is the icing. If you have a bad cake and great icing, you still have a bad cake.
Right.
But if
I
you
like
have
that. That's a good analogy.
Yeah, but if you have a good cake and the icing's just like
20K?
Yeah.
On a VTuber model.
Well, it's model, it's rigging, it's assets, it's alerts, it's everything.
Okay. Full package then.
Yeah, like full package. Like I was just saying like debut as a whole. At least I believe that's what they told me. Because I was looking at clips earlier and I remembered that. But yeah, it's I would agree with you. I think money and an investment, and knowing that there's not a guarantee to have a return on investment for the amount of time, effort, and money that you put into it. So just know that VTubing is it's a lot of an investment of everything, of your mental health, of your physical health, of your relationships sometimes, and monetary investments, because it's real, you know?
It takes money to make money.
Yep.
In anything. And, you know, making money, we're streamers. I mean, that's a really good perk of the job. It's not the main reason I do it. I'm very fortunate to have a good full-time job that pays me very well. I do this because I want to develop as an entertainer. And this is just the way I like doing it. It's a skill that I want to get good at. And VTubing is just the best because it's an all-encompassing. I can do anything with it.
Hell yeah.
I can voice acting. I can do that. Video gaming. I can do that. Or just chatting. I can do that. Skits. I can do those. Collabing. I can do those with anybody. It's just easier that way. Marketing. I can do that. Branding. I can do that. It's a gateway. Like, you're buying something that is multifaceted and has a lot of uses.
Absolutely.
Just think of it like that. Like, when you think of the cost of anything, just think about how much you can get out of it, and before you make that decision.
Yeah.
It's all encompassing though.
Yeah.
So,
agree with Phil.
I know for my initial debut, I had a half body model, because I didn't want to put that much money into it, because I wasn't, like, even now, I'm not as passionate as some people. Like, even just Roy can name drop like several people, and he knows so much about like other VTubers, and you know about like bigger groups and people, and you can name drop, oh yeah, this person was doing this. This person did this recently. I'm like, I don't keep up with VTubing that much. I just do it because I think it's fun. And I hear people like that. I'm like, wow, like, that's amazing. You know, that they're so knowledgeable in this craft. I think that's incredible. But I spent just on that half body and the assets and the art and the notifications, 1.8, and that's cheap, relatively cheap.
Yeah, I would say so.
And the prices are only going up.
Yeah, because the bottom line is going up of what is considered, air quotes, acceptable quality levels. I
recently saw Shy's debut of their new 2.0 model, or the 2D model.
Shy?
And man, did I feel like my model looked like absolute after seeing all this stuff.
No.
Like, I'm already starting to feel out of date. I'm like, oh my God, I just got this outfit and everything. And I still feel, I was like, oh, I should look for other VTuber makers and all that. Like, I'm on the prowl now because I saw that. And I'm like, oh, I want something like that. It's that in depth. It looks so good.
I don't know if I know who Shy is, though.
Shy Bun?
Oh, Shia.
Shia, sorry.
Oh, I was like, who is Shy? I'm like, do you mean Shy Lily? I was like, Shy Lily had a new model and I missed it? What?
Shia,
yes, yeah.
I saw Shia's model and I'm like, holy crap. Yes. I am so out of date with my model now. Their stuff is so cool.
Oh yeah.
And like, I like the detailed artwork, and I'm like, I need to get to that level now.
So I had a funny thing specifically with Shia's model. When he took his shirt off, I went, holy! He has the nicest looking nipples I've ever seen on a model. Oh god. I went to Siege.
They have like different outfit layers you can move and put on, and I'm like, God, I wish I had an ounce of creativity to make a model that decent. Like, my idea is just, hey, look at me, look at me. I'm wearing a suit. that's all as far as I've gotten. I can't think of all these awesome designs like those.
Like I told you, find a VTuber designer that can help bring your ideas to life. Like I said, Siege and Yagi, I have no idea where Roy 3.0 would be without them. Honestly, it wouldn't exist because Siege, like I said, sketched it up on a whim. And then Yagi helped me with fashion, which then Siege turned into outfits. And we've just been playing around with that. Really get you some people that help you in that sense. It can help articulate what you're saying. But it's debate.
I am getting my tax return soon.
There you go. And Vil can attest as well. He has also worked with Yagi and Siege.
Yeah,
so.
I'd love to get in contact with some of these people and just talk to them about the idea of maybe getting something made, you know?
Yeah,
because I have money, I'm not playing around, I know what I want. I need some artists to come in there and inject some artistry into these designs. Maybe make something really cool and badass, who knows? I might hold off on that until I get my tax return.
For sure.
But yeah, like even us, we get insecurities, at least I get insecurities about what makes a good model. And you know, you're not the only ones. If you're outside looking in and you're looking at getting into it, like even the people who are into it are still like, oh my God. It's like the I shouldn't say this out loud.
Oh no. Give us the scoop! Give us the scoop!
It's like the VTuber version of penis envy.
Oh my God, it kind of is.
Because it's like, oh, but his is much nicer than mine.
I'm scraping geometrically.
I'm never gonna make it big.
Oh my God. I bet they have a fluffer.
That's literally, there's no better correlation. Like, we're all happy with what we got, but like, it could be better.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, like, you could have also just said the grass is greener on the other side.
No, they won't understand. Envy is much, because people in the audience are actually envious of other people's penises.
Yes, you know what? You know what? You're 100% right. Now,
they're not envy about the color of someone else's grass, Roy.
You know what? Fair.
They're envy about how thick is.
I mean, you could also say the same about tits.
Same. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I wish I had nicer pecs.
That's what I'm saying. See, it's you know.
The balls are fatter on the other side. See? He gets it.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm into this. Anyway, don't call me out. Anyway, I feel like that's a good transition into our next question because it actually is relatively topical. We had Tay ask, what was your biggest challenge to overcome so far in content creation? Or alternatively, was there a piece, you know, we'll save that second part for later. What's biggest challenge as a content creator, VTuber, whatever you want to say? Was it getting over the penis envy?
There's a lot of challenges that come with being a VTuber. And the biggest one is actually a hard question because you only see us having fun all the time.
Yeah.
Well, for me, as a VTuber, the hardest challenge for me is just to engage in content creation that isn't live. To do things that aren't live because 50% of this career path or this fun hobby is just engaging people outside of streaming. Managing a Discord, keeping it active, planning future events. It's the stuff that anything that's not me going live.
Yeah.
Actually streaming is the hardest part of streaming. Because I suck when it comes to making those Twitch clips. I suck when it comes to making those TikTok clips. I can't make a full YouTube video without like months of struggle. It's the hardest thing for me.
I get that. No, I definitely understand that. And I think...
And it's... Sorry to interrupt it. It wouldn't be that big of a deal if it wasn't so crucial to growing. Because it really is. It really is. Yeah. You can grow without it. You can get lucky, but it's like fishing. It's like fishing, okay? Every additional line that you cast is a chance to get a bigger fish.
Yes.
One line cast for TikTok, one for YouTube Shorts, one for Reddit posts. You just got to cast as many as you can get because there's chances of you getting bites that way.
Yeah.
I'd say is how I'd say that.
No, I think that's a fair point, and I think a lot of people don't think about that when they get into VTubing. It's why VTubing comparatively to things like just content creation as a whole, I think has a much higher turnover rate. Like, I think most VTubers, like the 6-month line, if even that, or the 3-month line after they debut, is really like, if they stick around for after 3 months or after 6 months, they're here. But we see so much turnover because people get to that point where they're like, hey, I debuted. And then they really start getting into the nitty gritty of making content, of doing clips, of knowing what they need to do, of working with editors, of working with artists, and trying to get into that next level or get past whatever plateau they're on. And they just fizzle out and go away. There's so many VTubers in the past like 2 weeks that I noticed just vanished. Didn't say anything, like their Twitters are completely blank. They haven't streamed in over a month. And I'm just like, what happened to you? Like, you were doing great. And gone.
Yeah.
The other problem is definitely I hate to keep saying it, but the penis envy is actually real. It's
yes.
In more so in VTubing, I feel, because there are so many people that are like, hey, I watched this other VTuber and I'm using air quotes, seemingly come out of nowhere and explode. Why can't I do that? And I think one of the best examples of that is Cinder. Because people look at Cinder and they go, well, Cinder went from like 0 viewers to like over 1,000 in like a couple months. But what people don't realize is Cinder put in like 2 years of prep and studying VTubers before she even debuted. And the same can be said for Vex with Zolan. Like, Zolan and Vex have both talked to me about the process that went into before Vex debuted. And they talk about how hard it was to literally just sit there and research. So
yeah, I didn't do any of that stuff. I messaged Randon and I was like, teach me how to be a VTuber. And that was it. Like, they were nice enough to not shoot me away. If they did not help me understand VTubing and get into it with an artist and all that stuff, I wouldn't be VTubing. I would not be VTubing. That's it. I would have stopped at 9.8K followers and just not VTubed anymore. Like that's it. And you know, I still to this day, I don't have time, quote unquote, I don't have time. I haven't fully committed to VTubing, I think. I have an on and off. I'd say I'm a part-time VTuber. Because the amount of research and like dedication and, you know, keeping up to date with other people and, you know, staying on top of it, it's so hard.
it is.
VTubers I love. I still have that clip where Random was talking about me. You know, it makes me tear up just thinking about it. But I still have that, and that motivated me. You know, that's how I hit my end of the year goal of 15K. And I think goals are very important. But yeah, the envy is real. Like, people don't see that immediate success and they think they're a failure.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You got to realize those people getting that immediate success, those are not the bog standard. Those are the outliers.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people who got lucky. Because you can be... Listen, there's a favorite quote from one of my favorite animes, Hajime no Ippo. It's very relevant.
Okay.
Everyone who has succeeded has worked hard. But not all those who have worked hard will succeed.
Yes.
Just because you put in the hours and you take the beatings does not mean you will win. It's just the sad state of life.
Yeah.
The stars have to align, and, you know, there has to be something there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantees. That's why it's so fun. It's like gambling.
It's almost like
That makes
addicting
sense.
in that sense. Honestly, it is. It is honestly.
I'm getting too
addicting.
passionate about this. Sorry, I'm going off.
It's funny that you say that. Siege, I see it. I'll show it later. Don't worry. Siege did a little something for you and I.
What?
I love you, Siege. Mwah!
What? Are we kissing? Are we touching butts?
We are not kissing. I didn't. Siege, there you go. You gotta draw us kissing now. I'll pay
Can
you.
you draw
Siege,
us?
don't worry.
Oh, you know how we're both putting our hands on our hips? We should put our hands on each other's hips in like a cool JoJo pose.
Make it as gay as you possibly can, Siege.
You can be my stand. Just kidding, Siege. You don't have to do that.
Siege, I'll pay you for it if you want to do
Artists
it.
are literally the best, and I I don't want to request things from artists who are doing cool art for free.
Siege and I have that relationship where like I will say shit. She's like, I'm on it. I'm like, no, wait, I was just kidding. Like you don't actually have to do it, but if you do, I'll pay you.
Can they make me hot as fuck?
Siege can make anybody hot as fuck.
I've always wanted to see what Junk would look like as a anime fuckboy.
There you go. Make Junk and I. Junk will be hyper hot, and I'll be like dangling all over him like arm candy in my femboy pride, and be his stand. There you go. Perfect. But like I was saying, the thing about God, fuck, I'm trying to remember where I was gonna phrase this, but I got excited by the art that Siege did. Hold on, let me scroll up, see if I can find it. So, the guarantees thing. So, we were talking about the hard work and how it's never a guarantee that you're gonna succeed. And unfortunately, and Vil and Siege can both attest to this because it's something that I've talked about a lot in the past couple of days. I've had a mini identity crisis because I'm not kidding when I say once I hit partner, I plateaued. Yeah. I did not see a gain in average viewership. I didn't really decline. Like I had like bells and peaks. So like I basically am back where I was when I first hit partner, which is thank God. But I also realized like, hey, I just put in 7 months of work and nothing changed. And realizing that is this feeling of, wow, I worked really hard and I didn't make it to the level that other people did. I'm working too hard in the stuff that's not working. And that's the big realization for me, is that just because you work hard, and I tell this to a lot of people, just because you work hard, it doesn't mean you're working hard in the right way. You might be working too hard. Like there are people that are like, I have to stream 7 days a week and stream minimum 8 hours and put out a clip every day and put out a video every day. And I wasn't to that level, but I was way too hard on myself. And I still am too hard on myself with everything. So
yeah, I've learned to be nicer to myself as well, where to the point where like, if I post a clip on Twitter of like an edited clip and I really like it and it gets 30 likes, I consider that 30 likes. I consider that a success.
There we go.
Like, because we place our own, versions of success. Everyone, you can look at us and be like, wow, they're huge. I guarantee you're probably thinking the same thing I am. God, I'm so fucking small. I'm such a small streamer, right? And then people can look at us and go, you, dude, you got 15,000 followers. I would love to have that many followers. It's like, well, yeah, but we're comparing ourselves to everyone else and we're still underperforming, Yeah. And at least for me, I still look at it that way. I'm just now getting into the bigger pond and I'm the smallest fish.
Yes, that is exactly what I said. Cause like you're in a fish tank when you first start. And then when you become partner is you get released into like the ocean. And you're like, whoa, there's sharks out here.
You were the biggest fish in your fish tank, but now you're the smallest fish in the ocean.
Yep. It's almost like starting over in some senses, because you're like, I made it to this level. Now how do I get to level 2?
Roy, you're finding all these things out at an applicable time. I found this stuff out a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago, I just came to the realization that just because I'm partnered doesn't mean I'm a good streamer necessarily. And those are skills you have to develop. You don't automatically get to be a good streamer just because you have the badge. The work does not stop. It gets harder. It gets harder.
I hate that you said that, because like I knew it was getting harder, and I talked to everybody. And I was like, yeah, having partner is like the starting line. It feels like
because then it's like, okay, now you can actually create stuff that you want to experiment with and try new things. You're not penalized for it.
Yes, but let me tell you, we talked about like pride and having a badge. TwitchCon was like the biggest blow to my ego that I've ever had in content creation ever, because I realized then just how small I was comparatively. And then like to this point in the last couple of days, I've been like, why am I trying so hard to do things that other people are good at instead of doing what I'm good at? And that's the 7 months of work it took me to realize that, and to blow my own ego away and be like, no, I am a small streamer and that's okay, but I know what I'm good at and I can start working at that again instead of trying to be what everybody else is. I'm not a reaction streamer. I'm not a horror streamer. I'm not zooming and hyper high energy. I don't have that, but I do have this. And that's okay.
you can't have it all.
Yeah,
You know, a lot of people would kill to have what you have.
exactly.
And you know, just because it's just like relationship stuff too. Like I equate this to relationship stuff too. Just because you are looking at everyone else and thinking, oh my God, these people are so attractive, they'll never date me, doesn't mean there's not someone else looking at you going, you're the most attractive thing I've ever seen. I want to be with you. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Just because you're focused, your tunnel vision's on one thing, your goal in front of you, you miss out on the scope of things. Once you make partner, your tunnel vision opens up.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, there's too many options.
You increase that field
What
of
do I
view.
do? Where do I start? I gotta keep doing these. I gotta do it harder, but to make myself stand out against all these other people now.
Yep.
It's a monstrous task.
Oh, absolutely. And
It's
Red
a
Claw,
big
yes,
ask
there
of
is.
yourself.
It's a big. I thought you said big ass, and I was like, yeah, Red Claw just talked to us.
It's a big booty ass of yourself. Yes. Hey, it's Red Claw, right?
That's what I was talking. Anyway, speaking of big asses, hi.
Got the biggest ass of them all.
You ain't seen nothing yet. You'll see more of it after stream. Trust me, it's upgrading.
God damn.
No, I think that's a good pivot point as well, because I feel like I'm just gonna keep bashing myself, but also repeating basically what Chad is saying. It seems like you guys see it. You guys understand what we're saying, and if you don't, or if you need clarification on something, let us know. You know, we're here to help, and I'm glad that, or I'm hoping that some of what we're saying is helping you guys. Now, Tay had a follow-up question, in case it was hard for us to answer the last one. I feel like we kind of knocked it out of the park because we're goddamn experts. But was there a piece of advice someone else in content creation gave you that you still use today? What was it, and how did it impact you as a creator?
You wanna go first?
Sure. So for me, I don't love talking about this one because I bring it up to tell myself and not other people. One of the hardest things about doing the content that I do is when you look at me, you can very obviously know who I took inspiration from. And the creators, and specifically one creator that everyone likes to relate me to. And yes, it hurts. And yes, it bruises me. And yes, he and I joke back and forth that I took his content. And we make that joke because he and I know each other now. And we're comfortable enough with that. However, the thing that I always tell myself, because they told me, because I'm sure they could see that I was having the frustration with it, was there's no such thing as original content anymore.
Yep.
And when you do something, that's and put your twist on it, that's what makes it original. Because no one can do the content that you're doing because you're doing it.
Right.
Even if it's similar to something somebody else is doing, you are still you and unique in that sense. But it's going to be been done before. So you shouldn't limit yourself to not do that thing, because you might realize that, hey, I'm really good at this thing, or hey, I really like doing this thing, or even, hey, both of those things and people like watching me do this thing. So that's the piece of advice for me that I like telling myself, because it helps me feel better when people shit on me. How about you?
I don't think there's a piece of advice that any content creator's ever given me that stuck to me. But you know, I had a problem where I would try to mimic what everyone else was doing, and I thought was successful.
Relatable.
And you know, like half a year ago, I realized that like I can't be. We just talked about it recently.
Yeah.
I can't be everyone else. I can't mimic their success because I'm not them. And we're different. We're different people. I think from that experience, from knowing that I can't replicate other people's stuff, like I took an examination of myself. I do that with everything, like even personality traits. I'll try to mimic those as well because I find them desirable. Yeah, it just goes back to originality. I would rather be original and unfunny, or original and unwatchable, than non-original and popular. So yeah.
It's an
But
interesting one.
like you said, unoriginality is kind of the norm. Like no one's original.
Yeah.
So it's like its own paradox.
Yeah, because everything's been done before.
Trying to think. Oh yeah. I think someone told me about the niche thing. Like, know what you're good at and do that. Like I said, just from our conversations already, I don't watch a lot of streamers. I barely get on Twitch. I mainly just do the streaming thing. I don't watch anyone else. I don't do a lot of stuff. Just because you're
a busy man.
I'm a very busy man.
Yeah.
I'm not fully dedicated to content creation right now. But yeah, I don't take advice from a lot of people because I don't really talk to people that often. I'm a loner.
On a steel horse you ride. Good. I saw Redclaw even commented as well. I think the biggest thing I got was from Taka, is that a VTuber model isn't enough anymore. And he told me that over a year ago, because it just reminded me never to be stagnant and to constantly find where I fit in the VTuber streamer space. I think that's good. I think that's a good piece of advice.
I think it's, yeah, I mean, I think I had a similar conversation with Taka after I was on one of the bar visits. And he was right. He's right. It's just not enough anymore. Like, you got to be doing more and more stuff to set yourself apart. You know, you don't want to be just a VTuber anymore. You have to be, oh, you're that blank VTuber. Yes. Like, you're never just, oh, you're that VTuber. You're that Yu-Gi-Oh VTuber. Oh, you're that cafe VTuber. Yep. Like, it's more and more labels you put on yourself to differentiate yourself. And, you know, VTubing is not slowing down. No. It's very popular, especially because it's hitting the West now. Like it already hit in the East. Not as big as, of course, but it's starting to become like a thing where like, oh shit, wow, these are real. I can take them seriously. Yeah. And there's more competition with that. But the fact that we even have models already sets us apart from like 85% of people. Yeah. Because I didn't realize how many people didn't have like good models. Like having a model that's all put together is already a league above like 85% to 90% of people. No, I agree. But that gap is shortening now. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 80% now instead of at 90%. Yeah, and it's like Jummy was saying, like, VTubing is just a medium now, and your personality and skill is what sells your stream. But obviously, if you don't have a VTuber model and you're just trying to sell your personality skill comparatively to other VTubers, or you don't have a air quotes, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this, but I feel like saying industry standard is like the best way to describe that. Mm-hmm. You know, but yeah, it's crazy to think about, because we literally did just talk about with Vil when he was saying the standard is constantly rising, and I feel like as VTubing grows, and especially as corporate VTubers grow, we see quality of models increase, which increases the bottom line and increases the top line. Yes, it's good for us because we get to go, whoa, I didn't realize you could do that, and then we can adjust and improve. But it also gets harder because we don't want to get left behind. It is, it's hard sometimes. So. All right. Well, let us, okay. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this.
Oh, no.
Quell your expectations. I mean, it's nice to be excited about a new thing that you're trying and you're doing and you're having fun with, but you're probably not going to succeed as much as you'd like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I think being content with that when you go into that. I mean, of course, have the energy, want to succeed, want to thrive, but with all things, have your expectations quelled. As I've gotten older, I've learned to do that a lot more. And I've been happy with where I've gotten. I've been happy with where I've gotten. And that's my big piece of advice.
Good.
It's very old person advice, but quell your expectations, sweetheart. Just quell them.
I like that. Just promise to call me sweetheart more often, all right? Also, Siege, I see it. It looks amazing. I will let Junk pick which one we're gonna post tonight.
My God.
It's pretty good.
You got options?
Yeah. We're gonna finish it off with I guess just one more question.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna ask this because it's something that you and I kind of talked about before the stream started. What do you want to do with VTubing? What is still a goal that you have, or what is your intent with VTubing? Something that you really want to accomplish now?
I guess I can ramble off about this. It's a good question to kind of answer, and it's one to think about because when someone asks you this question, you don't want to be stammering.
Yeah.
So I'll use this as my crutch. I'll use this as my crutch.
I'm right here. I can be your crutch.
I found out that I really love card games. Like that's my thing. I love card games. I want to make my own card game one day. Maybe share that with a lot of people. Get people into card games because I think that's a community that's very close knit that a lot of people don't know about, and it's a dying. It's not as big as it used to be. It's definitely a '90s thing. My nostalgia for it is very big.
I feel
voice
that.
acting's huge. I'd love to voice in an anime.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these skills that you learn from VTubing, I want to translate them into other realms of possibility. Acting, voice acting. I want to be a singer. Eventually, I want to learn to play the guitar. I want to learn to meld all these skills back into VTubing as well. Maybe learn to play the guitar. Use that for some streams. Maybe learn to be a voice actor. Maybe voice my own little mini series. Make my own little in universe anime series on a VTubing.
That sounds amazing.
Thing. Like I said, I want to make my streams more like an anime, more interactive, have more of those tropes in there that make it more entertaining to watch. Like you're watching an anime episode that's not scripted, a forever ending season of episodes. Like, hey, remember the time that Junk went to the beach? Remember the Junk Beach episode? Remember the episode where he went to New York and accidentally inherited a company? Remember the time that he tried to cook something and he burned down his entire apartment? Stuff like that, like little scenes and stuff like that. I really would love to do, because I feel like it takes a lot of improv skills to pull something like that off, and not everyone else has improv skills, and being able to adapt on the fly like that is super important.
Yes, very much so. 100% agree with you.
So that was kind of a clusterfuck answer, but I hope you got something out of it. I'd like to take skills that I'm developing now and push them into new sporadic and dynamic content. Not as scripted, but guided. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Have a theme and then just go. Whatever happens, happens. It could be good, it could be bad. It's gonna be your skill put to the test.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good direction to move in.
It's a big direction, not a very guided one.
At least you're trying, and you're pushing yourself, and you're doing the thing that you love.
What about you, Roy?
I'm kind of similar. A lot of what I want to do is, God, now that it's been 7 months of me experimenting, I want to narrow in on what makes me different from other VTubers. I want to narrow in on the thing that people love to watch me for, and it's these conversations. Being able to talk with people, being able to put on a show, my improv, my voice acting. I want to be able to take those and really polish them, clean them up, and make it the reason why people come to me. I don't want to just be, oh, it's that guy that, does he have a bar? I think somebody else has a bar. I'll go watch them. It's, oh, wow, that guy's really funny. Or that guy that runs the cafe, or that bunny VTuber. I want to be the person that people think about with those words in mind. Like you were saying before, it's not enough to just be, hey, I'm Roy. It's, no, you're that cafe VTuber, or you're that bunny VTuber, or you're that really funny guy that does improv sketch comedy with other people. I want to do those things, and I want to also reinvent what it means to be a VTuber. We don't just have to play games. We don't just have to fall into the stereotypical streamer mindset. We can put on a show. We can be funny. We can be voice actors. We can also have heartfelt conversations with people and relate to their day by day. And we can do anything. That's it.
I like that. I like that.
Well, I'm glad. But guys, I think that is going to do it for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. Junk, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It was a very... I got a lot off of my chest that I wanted to talk about with someone, and I don't really get the chance to do that. So, thank you for letting me get this all out, because, as VTubers, we really don't have to... we don't really have a lot of outlets.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course, and it's a big reason why I like doing these content clinics, and a little bit more with the cafe and where I would like to take it, is so people can feel like they can talk about these things, because it shouldn't be a stigma. We should be able to have these conversations in these VTuber roundtables. You know? So, but guys, if you want to check out Junk !collab in chat, you'll be able to get a link to both his Twitch and his Twitter page, where he'll be talking about
my fucking balls.
On my way. Anyway.
Oh, chat, if I take out my tits, will you follow me?
Do it! There's only one way to find out! Yes!
Yo, my power is mounting. If I don't see 3 followers right now, I'm gonna come into your house and take your shoes, and you'll have to walk barefoot to the store to get new shoes, because you won't have any shoes left.
You guys heard him. I think he's serious. I think he's gonna steal your shoes!
Sniff them. Wait, no, I won't do that. Never mind. That's weird. I forgot that feet things are a thing.
Foot fetishes?
Yeah, I forgot that foot fetishes are a thing.
On that note, guys, we're gonna go ahead and raid Kage, who is also going to be here in the cafe this week. So, if you guys are interested in checking out the type of content that he makes, he'll be here on Wednesday. We're gonna put on a good show. We're gonna have some fun and have some laughs. So, if you guys are looking forward to that, be sure to check them out. Guys, don't forget to check out Junk as well, and thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate all the support. If you want to participate in the raid,
join the God raid!
Yes! Join it. Or, get your...
Die!
What he said! Or get your shoes stolen. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just make the rules. Anyway.
I'll find you!
Ah!
I know where you live!
He's gonna find you guys! You better...